Well, hello everyone, and welcome to beginner guitar lessons. If you're not a beginner, you might want to check out some other lessons, because these are for beginner guitar players. And this is for acoustic or electric. So let's start with our first song, and we're going to do a riff that's everybody's heard, I think. It's called Smoke on the Water. Now let's start with our first finger, and on guitar your first finger is your pointer finger. If you're a piano player, you know your first finger is your thumb, but on guitar it's your pointer finger. Let's start on the 3rd fret, 1, 2, 3 with my left hand, and we're going to start on the low E string. Now when I say low E, because there are 2 E strings, there's a low E and a high E. I'm not talking about lowest to the ground, I'm talking about lowest in pitch, which means the thickest string. So let's take the thickest string here, wrap your left hand around the neck there, and let's put your pointer finger on the 3rd fret on the low E. Okay, now we're going to pick that, the pick. Now I'm down here picking, of course, but you can't see on the video, so I'm going to move my right hand up here a little bit so you can see. If you don't have a pick, you can use your thumb and just do this with your right hand. Anyway, you want to press the string down, okay, in the 3rd fret, and then we have 3rd fret. Now, we're going to go to fret 6 after that. So 3, and then let's go up to 6. If you have some dots on the frets of your guitar, you'll see, you know, the odd numbers, at least to start out with, are the dots. So 3, 5, so 6 is this space right here. Okay, so let's go to 6, and let's do that one. Press the string down with your left hand pointer finger, and then let it go. That's 6. Next one is 8. So let's move this way up. When I say up on guitar, you're going closer to your body here to fret 8 here. And so first finger on fret 8, and let's pick that. So that's 3, 6, 8. So if I do the first 3 numbers, it's 3, 6, 8. So hear that? 3, 6, 8. Now you don't want to do this. Keep the pressure down on your left hand finger, then you have all the slides in between. You don't want that. Make sure you lift your finger just enough, this pointer finger just enough to where the sound stops, and you mute the string as you slide along the string to the next fret, okay? So 3, slide along, 6, slide along to 8. Alright, so 3, 6, 8 is the first part. Here's the second part. 3, 6, 9, 8. So 3, 6, now go to 9. 9 is this dot right here. Okay, so 9, and then we're going to go down to 8. So we had 3, 6, 8, and then we had 3, 6, 9, 8. You might want to write that down if you have trouble remembering. The next set, the 3rd set of numbers is 3, 6, 8, just like the first set. So 3, 6, 8. There's one more set to go. 6, 3. So 6, and then 3. So all together I have 3, 6, 9, 8. 3, 6, 8. 6, 3. Alright, now that's just a single note. We want to learn how to do power chords, though. Alright, power chord. Now power chords are the basis for all our other chords. When we do bar chords eventually, the power chord is the basis for that. So let's try that. And these are not very easy. It takes a little time to get them at first, but let's start out with just a 5th. And what that means is I'm going to do the same thing with my first finger that I did before, 3, 6, 8 and all that. But all I'm going to do is add my ring finger, or my 3rd finger, because this is the first one, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to have that finger be 2 frets away on the very next string, the A string. See, so if I have a 3 here, just add 2. 3 plus 2 is 5, so 5 for this ring finger. And this ring finger is going to follow the leader. The leader is the pointer finger, so it's going to follow 3, 6, 8, 3. See how this finger just follows? I just have it locked in that position. And of course, as you get higher on the guitar, the frets are closer together, so you've got to adjust for that. But that's called a root and a 5th. Okay, it's not a true power chord. It's almost a power chord, but it's root and a fifth. And it sounds pretty good. Then you get 2 notes. There's lots and lots and lots of rock and roll music that uses power chords. You really need to practice those. And again, lift your fingers in between each so that you don't get this. Okay, so lift. Okay, now after you get that down, that's going to take you a while. If you've never done a root and a fifth, it's going to take you a while. All right, after you get that down, now we can add our pinky finger, and then we can get a true power chord, which is an octave and a fifth. And what that is we have this first finger, doing the same thing it's always done. And then we have this ring finger 2 frets away. Well, I'm going to take my pinky finger and I'm going to put it in the same fret, fret 5, but on the next string, the D string. Okay, so the names of the strings are this: low E, and then the next thickest string is the A string, and then the next thickest string is the D string. Alright, so I'm using the A, or the E, and the A and the D string for these power chords, and I press those 3 down, and then I should get 3 notes. And you want to test it. See if you got them all down. Because if you don't, it'll sound like this. You get that little brr, brr sound. You don't want that. Get the strings down. You test it. Now I'm going to pick all 3, or I'm going to strum all 3. Okay? And then I stop the sound. I can take my right hand palm, this fleshy part of my palm here, and put it right down on the strings to stop the sound, like this. Alright, now I'm going to slide to 6. Slide the whole thing to 6. Move it up. Here we go. Now we're ready for a power chord on 6. Okay, a B flat power chord. Now we're going to move to a C power chord. So up even further. Alright, then 3, 6, 9, 8 is the second set. Alright, and then 3, 6, 8, 6, 3. Okay? So if you've never played guitar, practice that first finger. Go through the riff there. Then add the ring finger for the fifth, the root and the fifth, and then add the pinky for octave and the fifth for a power chord. Okay? And so on. All right. Have fun with that.